Radhe Radhe. On Sunday, February 13th, 2022, Mummy and I are here for, believe it or not, a small recap video of today's Bhagavad Gita study session.
Radhe Radhe.
So Mummy, you might be wondering as well, maybe the participants are also wondering, but as I said, this should be a very short video. And really, because we have concluded chapter 4, we finished all the verses last week. Today was mostly in terms of a quiz and participant discussions. So the recap itself will be very, very short. I thought each of us can just pick one question perhaps, or a word or two that were really important from the quiz and present that to the audience. So I'll go ahead and share my screen and take us to the cover slide of the quiz. And I'm going to go to question 6, which is the one about being based on question 5, how a sentiment was being practiced by Arjun towards Sri Krishna. To me, this is a very important question with a good message as well. We see the answer as Sakhya Bhav, because Arjun treated Sri Krishna as his friend. And in fact, he was able to get this transcendental wisdom. He was eligible for it because he was not just Sri Krishna's friend, but also his devotee. Here again, we see that it is Sakhya Bhav. We gave a preview that in a few chapters from now, Arjun will again mention something to Sri Krishna that will relate to Sakhya Bhav, and hopefully again remind and encourage everybody to go back and take a look at the 4 other bhavs or sentiments that make up all these 5. So the other 4 are Shant Bhav, which is where you treat Sri Krishna as your king. Dasya Bhav, which is where we are the servant of God, so he is our master. Sakhya comes next, which we've covered, treating him as our friend. Vatsalya Bhav, treating God as our child, sort of like how Mother Yashoda treated baby Krishna. And finally, we have Madhurya Bhav, the sweetest, where we treat God as our sole beloved. So those 5 are the different bhavs. Mummy, is there a question or maybe words that you felt were very important for the audience?
Yeah, first, before that, I want to talk about the Madhurya Bhav. That is the bhav which gopis had towards Sri Krishna. And it so happens that today at Radha Krishna temple, we are celebrating Gopi Prem Geet Divas. These gopis had this selfless love toward Sri Krishna. It is called Ananya Bhakti, Nishkam Bhakti. And they had usually in love, what is happening, we are always looking for what I'm going to get in this, what I'm going to get in this. But in gopis love, selfless love, it's what they can do for Sri Krishna. So that is the kind of Madhurya Bhav we need to develop in ourselves. And we are right now on the side soaking in the beautiful satsang at Radha Krishna temple. Now coming to the words, we did Sanskrit words, and I think 2 very important words are avyayam. One is avyayam, and that means eternal, and another is prapadyante, that means surrender. And I talked about surrender, how important surrender is. Surrender means sharnagati. It's very important. With all our abilities and with all the abilities of people around us, still we are not able to attain or do what we want to do because we need to have great surrender to God, Sharnagati. We have to have full faith in God, and doing our duty, we have to alongside surrender to God. Avyayam is eternal. Gagan, you can give us more thoughts on that?
Yeah, so I'm not revealing the answers on the screen because the other 3 words, people can try them. But as you said, avyayam is eternal. And in fact, we had come across that and presented it twice over 2 different weeks as we studied chapter 4 of the Bhagavad Gita. Avyayam, eternal in terms of this knowledge, this science of yoga being eternal, but also avyayam as used by Sri Krishna for himself as unchangeable and eternal. So therefore, Mummy picked that as a very, very important word. And again, to conclude, as you said, prapadyante, which is surrender. So avyayam and prapadyante. With that, we pretty much come to the end of today's very short recap video. As a reminder again, next week, same time, Sunday, February 20th, 2022, we shall have the second part of our entire quiz on chapter 4. That'll cover chapter 4, verses 19 through 42. So we look forward to seeing you there. As always, thanks for your keen participation. Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Radhe.